So 11.1.7 just around the corner. I was giving you guys a date of June 10th that I think this thing's really going to hit. So it's not too far away. We're already in May, which means there's a lot of fun things to look through here. 6 major features that we will be getting, and 11.1.7, some really cool lore drops and everything else. Let's see what 11.1.7 is going to bring us.
Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about patch 11.1.7 Legacy of Arathor, which is the next minor patch in the...
Oh shit, are we going to play as Arthas? Oh.
Within expansion. In this video, we're going to go over the major features that you can expect from this brand new patch, which has just hit the PTR. But before we jump into that, guys, I do want to give a quick shout out to everyone over on Patreon. Just started posting over there fairly regularly, and I really appreciate all the support over there. So if you want to join us on Patreon, I'll leave a link down below. Right, so yes, patch 11.1.7 has been fully announced, and the patch name is Legacy of Arathor. Last night we had the full announcement of the patch, and the PTR did launch as well. I've had a little bit of time on the PTR, and a lot of these features seem super solid, and there's around about 6 major features you can expect from this patch. Of course, nearer the time, we'll be doing a full overview, like everything coming in 11.1.7, as there is quite a few minor features as well coming in this patch. Okay. But this video is going over the major things you can expect from 11.1.7. So let's start with the namesake of the patch, the Legacy of Arathor. So in 11.1.7...
Before he gets into it, I'm very, very excited for this. I am. I love the... obviously, I play a human in the game. I play a human in real life, too. You might not know that. Balding one in that. And the thing is, the Arathi lore and everything, you know, the original human kingdom, the first massive one, the uniting of all the human tribes under one kingdom, it was the Arathi Empire. I've always wanted to explore that lore more, so I'm very excited to get into this stuff, to go back into the Arathi Highlands and everything, see what that's all about. The Fallen Kingdom, those walls there that have been there since we started playing this game, Vanilla WoW, we're finally going to get to explore the stories behind all of that. So I'm very excited for this lore drop that we're going to get.
You can expect a brand new quest line. This is a 2-chapter campaign taking place in the Arathi Highlands, featuring Farron Lothar and Danath Trollbane. This is a pretty cool storyline with cutscenes and voice acting and various things going on, and just seems like a really cool piece of story.
This is the wall I'm talking about. This is the wall right here. I mean, this is the wall, the remnants of the Arathi Empire, the largest human kingdom that ever existed. How cool is that? We're going to freaking go explore this shit.
Story that you can play through once the patch launches. This is also available on the PTR if you do want to test it out. Now, there are 3 rewards from this. For the Alliance, you'll get the Stromgarde Tabard, and for the Horde, you'll get the Hammerfall Tabard. Also, as well, this questline rewards some cosmetic shoulders, which are actually based off Farron's shoulders. Yeah, some really cool cosmetics from this questline, and some really good story beats as well. Speaking of story beats, there's a brand new questing experience coming in 11.1.7, and this is called Lorewalking. So this is a new repeatable questing experience that you can start from level 10. Okay. Basically, in Stormwind, Orgrimmar, and Dornogal, Lorewalker Cho will be there, and you can actually choose to play through some scenarios and story.
What is this? What is this? This is the... Well, okay, I did see that we get 3 cool toys out of this. This one summons Xalatat. This one turns you into Locust Walker, and this one turns you into Arthas. But I didn't know this is like... We're going to run a quest as these guys. So Arthas Menethil has said that when he was born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered his name. What a great line. But did the forests of his youth know what he would eventually grow to become? Oh, man, this is cool. Mysterious and elusive, the ethereals that have traveled to our world speak little of their history. Yet there is much to be learned from the few things they have chosen to share, okay? And then Xalatat, the Harbinger, once known as the Blade of the Black Empire. Her history is a well-kept secret, but her words and deeds have affected so many that she is impossible to ignore. Her story must be told, so supposedly we're going to learn everything about how she ended up in the dagger here. Really cool stuff.
Stories from Warcraft's past.
I can't wait to play through these.
There are actually going to be 3 stories available. You'll have one featuring Xalatath, you'll have one featuring the Ethereals, and the final story will be featuring Arthas and the story of Arthas. These are actually really cool because you do get to play as the character as well. These are some returning quest lines from old expansions, but there are also some brand new ones, and tons of voice acting and cutscenes and all sorts of things just to make this experience really cool. Hopefully in the future...
Are we going to play through the Culling of Strathome again? What is going on here?
It's really cool. Hopefully in the future we'll see more stories being featured like this, because this is a really great way to experience these stories for the first time if you're not fully caught up with World of Warcraft lore. So yeah, really cool feature there coming in 11.17. Also in 11.17, delves are getting an update with Overcharged delves. So this is a new affix which is coming to certain delves, which actually gives some brand new rewards. Now this affix does make the delve harder, adding
a Mythic plus delves. That's what you're getting.
Lightning traps everywhere, and new NPCs and things like that. There are 6 delves included in this, including Kriegsfall's Rest, Skittering Breach, the Spiral Weave, the Nightfall Sanctum, Fungal Folly, and Side Street Sluice. These do look like they rotate daily, and it's actually...
I believe there's also like some kind of talent tree that you're going to be filling out to do these things a little bit easier. I remember reading something about that. Like there's some kind of talents you can pick to do these more powered up delves, or whatever they're called, overcharged delves. So the Gregs of Accounting, some interesting, challenging content. If you're a delver and that's all you do in the game, you're going to get a new version of this. And it's probably going to give you better loot, too.
Featured on the map with this really cool animation. Doing these delves will actually give you a belt, which is upgraded every week through a weekly quest. There's also a brand new mount.
Oh, yeah, there's a belt, too, that you're going to get. There's a best-in-slot belt that I think everybody's going to have to get. So you're going to want to do this regardless of whether you do delves or not. This is essentially the Cersei Circlet or whatever the fuck that we got before. And it's going to, I think the item level was like 669 for this belt. So that thing is going to be something that everyone's going to want to get, and you continually upgrade it. I don't know why Blizzard loves making these best-in-slot items that you upgrade from week in and week out. Or maybe it's just a way to time gate people into staying active in the game.
Available called the Overcharged mech suit, brand new gear, and more delve currency from the end of your run. So these Overcharged delves are definitely going to be a nice little feature for people who do delves on the regular, just for some brand new rewards and kind of to spice it up a little bit there. Delves. Another feature in 11.17 that you can expect is the combat assistant and the single button assistant. This has definitely made some waves in the WoW community. So essentially this is a built-in version of the Hikili add-on, which essentially tells you which buttons you should probably press for your rotation. This add-on has existed for a very long time and has a ton of downloads, but Blizzard have finally made it their own version of this. From my limited testing, it does seem very, very solid, and of course it will change over time on the PTR and over time just in general. They said this is a work in progress.
Yeah, this thing is certainly going to get better over time. I'm sure that Blizzard themselves have access to the Hekili add-on, and they've probably broken it down to see how it's necessarily assisting and rotation helper. I always said they should just hire these guys. Go hire the guy who made the Hekili add-on and allow him to make this shit in game so it's not broken. Because we've seen what Blizzard does with some patches. They kind of start out broken. So we'll see how good this rotation helper comes out when it first launches. But I am happy to see them adding this to the game.
A work in progress. The other thing which is coming is the one-button rotation. Yeah. So this is actually a new button that you can put on your bar from the spellbook.
AKA
and
the
essentially
end of
what
WoW.
this does is it plays out your rotation from pressing this one button. So you can remove all of your buttons, and essentially this will just do your rotation by pressing this one button. Now, obviously, it's not the most optimal rotation in the world.
It's definitely not. We just saw, what was it? Rhett Pally was putting out 1.2 million DPS on the single button rotation helper. And Cadence, you just did 5 mil yourself right there. Yeah, so Cadence, you just did it on your Rhett Paladin, 5 mil DPS. So yeah, I mean, this thing is not optimal. It is not going to be the way to play the game in a rating format whatsoever, but it's a baseline way that if you just want to mindlessly run through Icecrown Citadel to try to get Invincible for 365th time this year, then you could just single button rotation your way through it.
Let's have a GCD penalty, so you don't expect
it's trash,
to be
I can already tell. It should be trash. It should not be good. It shouldn't be the way to play the game. This is just literally either, one, a way for people to somewhat learn their base rotation, right? They can watch what buttons it clicks and learn it themselves. Or two, just play the game in a brain-dead way. Maybe you just want to go get some... you just want to herbalize, run around and gather herbs, or you just want to, as I said, go chase for a mount or something. This will be a way to do that.
Greatest passes in the world from doing this, but yes, this is
it will be a help for handicapped
and this is obviously an accessibility feature, but if you do want to use it, it is
like
there
you described
and
it, an
available
accessibility
for
feature.
every single DPS class. For healers and tanks, it just will do the DPS spells, so it's not really worth doing, but for DPS classes, perhaps ones that you don't know, this could be actually a massive help for you. But this is, the one button rotation is coming in 11.17. Another event returns in 11.17, the Greedy Emissary. So if you remember this was actually from Dragonflight, and this was a part part of the
This is the thing where you kill that goblin and get the loot?
Diablo 4 launch, where the little greedy emissary NPC would spawn.
Yeah.
This event had a ton of changes on the fly once it launched because there was some issues, but the actual final version of it was pretty great. So it looks like this is returning. Basically, a portal will spawn, you kill the little thing, and you get some currency or items and things like that.
This was an experience. This was the lag that I experienced too the first day this thing launched with the Diablo launch. You remember this was a Diablo event? Yeah.
Like that. It looks like the rewards for this are actually going to be a recolor of the HD Tier 2 sets from the anniversary event for every class, which is cool. So those will be great to collect. Also, during this event, there's going to be a new collector's bounty buff, which they've said will increase the drops from legacy loot. So this actually could be huge for transmog collectors if this buff is good. Don't know if it'll increase the drop of mounts or pets or things like that, but certainly having more drops in legacy loot is going to be a massive plus for people who are searching for specific transmogs. And finally, in 11.17, we finally are getting Battle for Azeroth Timewalking. After being teased for the longest time, it is coming in 11.17. The 6 dungeons featured in Battle for Azeroth Timewalking are Atul Dazar, Freehold, King's Rest, Shrine of the Storm, Temple of Sephraliss, and Waycrest Manor.
I know some people hate on BFA, but I actually thought it was a pretty good expansion. They stumbled out the gate with the Azerite armor and all that shit. Yeah, they made mistakes, but overall, the story I thought was decent. Yeah, it became old gaudy towards the end, but the end of the expansion was a lot of fun with corruption armor and all that stuff. The dungeons themselves, I actually thought were pretty fun. I enjoyed dungeons back then. I enjoyed the raid, Battle for Dazar Lore, one of my favorite raids. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good expansion. So I'm excited to go back to some of these dungeons and do them again in time walking format. And he might mention it here, but there's going to be a badass reward to be gotten from this.
Of course, like any time walking, to expect a buff to reputations and a new vendor with various rewards, including 2 brand new mounts, which look pretty cool for the most part.
Damn,
also, with this, we are getting the
raptor.
return of Turbulent Timeways for the 3rd time. This will work pretty similar to before, but of course, we'll have Battle for Azeroth added into the mix. The reward from this Turbulent Timeways is the brand new Chrono Corsair mount, which is,
I can't believe they did it. They fucking did it. They're giving us the freaking Dragon Pirate Infinite Dragon mount. Oh my god, I'm so damn excited. I'm getting this.
Our captain is a mount.
Yeah,
this is going to be the reward from the achievement from Turbulent Timeways, so make sure you're doing that once it returns on June 17th, and it will run until August 5th, 2025.
Okay, so
maybe that's the release date for 11.2. I guess we'll find out. But guys, that is...
By the way, yeah, Turbulent, this is why we said Turbulent Timeways started on the 17th. Some people are thinking the patch is going to launch on the 10th, and then Turbulent Timeways will drop the week after. That's the estimation right now for when this patch is going to hit, June 10th.
I guess we'll find out. But guys, that is it. That are the 6 major features of patch 11.17. As mentioned, I will do videos on all of these things, deep diving into all of the nitty-gritty details, as you'd expect from this channel. So make sure you're pressing that subscribe button to keep up to date with all the latest info. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on patch 11.17. It certainly seems like an improvement from 11.15, in my opinion. I'm really excited for some of these features for sure, and I would love to have them right now, but it is what it is. But certainly we'll be jumping into the PTR and checking them out as much as we can. But yeah, guys, if you like this video, please do leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Great video.
Support me outside of YouTube. I'm also on Patreon, and I'm on Twitter, Mr. GMYT, and I have a partner Discord channel as well. And also I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. I'm going to stream World of Warcraft, War Within, 11.17 PTR, all that good stuff over on twitch.tv/MrGM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.
Yeah, great video for Mr. GM. Overall, exciting stuff. 11.1.7 seems... I mean, because we didn't get the full launch of 11.1.5 yet, so maybe I can't judge it. We didn't get Horrific Visions yet, but 11.1.7 seems more exciting, at least in terms of lore. So I'm excited to play this part of it. The Arthas Menethil quest line. I mean, come on, yeah. And thank you so much, Devil, for the sub, man. 7 months of getting that badge. Thank you so much, Death Knight of our Scourge. A nice video from Mr. GM. I'll link it in the chat.